I did it. I got my Subtlety Rogue Mage Tower done. It was really hard, and I did it off stream because I was struggle busting so hard that I ended like a 5-hour stream of trying to do it, and I did it off stream. So this video kind of serves as proof that I did it, and I'll walk you guys through and show you my attempt and like what I did. But first, I think it's pretty important to take a moment and look at all the wipes that had to occur to get that win, that big old W. It's bad. I'm gonna die so hard here. How do I get out of that? Okay, don't. Okay, I accidentally. Okay. Oh, okay. I shadow stepped to that one, but. Oh shit. Damn. Nope. Yeah, he's gonna heal too much. I fucked up. Even with all of that though, I couldn't kill those. This is absurd. I can't kill those. I have no idea. I have to kill him before the next ads come out. Yeah. I wasn't gonna be able to anyways. Fuck man, I don't know what to do here.
Find it hard to tell you, cause I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world.
Why does that keep happening now? Why am I not going to him? I'm gonna die. Ah! Fuck! Was Prop Pally the one that made me rage? I think this one's about to. Yeah. It's my bad. At all. Yeah, I wasn't gonna be able to see. I didn't have energy. I'm gonna die. Fuck. Okay. I feel like if I had marked for, if I had death from above, what I might be able to do is get the, I might be able to get, I don't know. Nope. Death from above is definitely a no-go. Yeah, I fucked up. Ah! Fuck! My Cloak of Shadows! Why don't I have it? It's gotta be, I don't know, man. I'm using literally everything I have to take down these ads, and it's just not working. Fuck you, game! Ah! How do you do this? Ah! One more! Fuck this! How do you do this? I don't understand. I don't understand how you do this damn challenge. Fuck! One more. How's it going? Not good, System Freeze! Not good! Hey, it's going fine. How are you? Ah! I think I killed them all, but I died. Can't do enough. That was a lot of wipes. I literally just put these on for dramatic effect. So anyways, let's jump into the Subtlety Rogue Tower, and I can kind of walk you through how I did it, and kind of tell you what I struggle bust on and what I didn't struggle bust on. So anyways, Xylem is the tower that you have, which a lot of melee DPS actually does have. Phase 1 is not that hard. It's phase 2 that is the real difficult part, the real, like, execution that really, really matters. So, as a Subtlety Rogue, I'm actually going to be using a Lavish Suramar Feast, which costs a little bit more gold, but the agility, I think, is worth it more so than any other stat that we could possibly have there. We don't need crit, we don't really need haste, we don't need, you know, agility's better. So I also have my Augment Rune, my Flask, my Agility Flask, and I'll be using Potions of Prolonged Power and Drums on Phase 2. When the ads spawn, not before that. It is really, really important that you do as much damage as humanly possible to those ads because they need to die right away. Xylem is kind of a long fight. You have to go through all of Phase 1 before you can activate Phase 2. Phase 2 will see this big Void Lord demon come out. Anyways, we should focus on Xylem first. So we'll use our Augment Rune, we'll go right in for Xylem, he'll do his RP, which takes so long, and he talks about his magnificent self for a very long time. And then finally, we can stab him and poke him and all that stuff. So always start the fight off in stealth, because obviously as Subtlety, you get a damage bonus every single time you're in stealth and out of stealth. So you want to use that, and you want to pop literally every cooldown, except for drums, right at the start of the fight. Trust me, you'll have enough time during Phase 1. He kind of phases in and out. He doesn't just sit there. So he'll be casting he'll be casting Frostbolt the entire time at you. You can interrupt these if you want. You don't necessarily need to. If you want to mitigate some damage, you can. Next, he will use this big old Razor Ice on you. What I will do is Shadow Dance here, activating Stealth, and then I will use Shuriken Storm. That will take care of almost all of them. I'll go run towards Xylem, and I'll just Shadow Step right behind him. It's that easy. That phase is super not a problem. There were a few times, as you saw in the wipes, where I died repeatedly to that, and that's because I either messed up and used Shadow Dance before, or didn't have a charge of it, whatever. So again, I'll just pop Shadow Dance right here, and Shuriken Storm, and then see ya. Adios. Adios, adios, whatever. So then we'll Shadow Step, we'll go right back into him. You'll see that I'm using Marked for Death. I actually highly recommend Marked for Death. I've seen some people say Death from Above. I don't think Death from Above is really mandatory, although it is worth saying that you can use Death from Above to actually negate that whole Razor Ice thing as well, and teleport directly to him. As he teleports, if you cast it at the right time, you'll teleport right to him. Which, yeah, that's cool. Good luck doing that consistently, though. If you can, maybe it's worth it. I don't really think it is. So I just went for Marked for Death. Not a big deal. And then you just want to keep laying into him as much as you can. Now, after his third Blink Ice, you want to interrupt one of his Frostbolts and bring him as close to the center here as you can, as you saw that I just did. And kind of DPS and keep your eye to the way that I just did, because you'll actually see this sparkle. That's where he is. Go ahead, use Shuriken Storm to get him out and show, and you'll barely take any damage. Of course, I get hit by Shadow Barrage there, which is strange because I typically never get hit by it. But anyways, of course it'd be in a kill video. So just avoid those. It's great, actually. And then make sure you have an interrupt available for his draw power. It's actually really nice when he uses Shadow Barrage because you can kind of easily avoid it and use Crimson Vial. If you have the Will of Valera legendary, which I do, you can just sit there and heal back up as well. Then you want to get back onto him. Don't use an interrupt for Arcane Barrage at all, because he's going to use his draw power again. You want to make sure that you kick that, and then it'll go right back to Arcane Barrage, and then the cycle's going to repeat itself. Now he's going to start going back into Frostbolt and all that jazz right after he does his second teleport. So for this teleport, the first one, you really just need Sprint. This one, I would recommend Cloak of Shadows and Sprint, and that should get you to him, no problem. And then he'll Shadow Barrage again, and you'll be able to dodge those. Now, it is worth mentioning that I don't have any tier whatsoever in this video, and I think I was about 928 item level. My legendaries is the Insignia of the Grand Army, which is from killing Argus on whatever difficulty, and which is not a very good legendary, but it's a legendary. And I also have Will of Valera, which is probably, I think, one of the best legendaries for this particular challenge for survivability. If you struggle like me on playing a rogue, because I've never played one before, and I've definitely never played Subtlety, Will of Valera will keep you alive. That, every time you use Feint, it heals you for 20% of your health. So he's just going to repeat the same cycle over and over, and you just want to make sure that you do whatever you did to deal with it in the first place. That means the Razor Ice will come down, use your Shadow Dance, get all that out, and then you want to bring him all the way down to about 10%, and then he will actually phase to phase 2, where he gets control of himself again, and this is the hard part. And this is where I honestly can't tell you the difference between my failed attempts and this attempt. So you'll have to be the judge of that. So phase 2 is going to start. He's going to teleport to the middle. He's going to start doing this thing. Again, more RP. It is worth mentioning that you can switch talents here if you have a tome, because you're technically not in combat anymore. So the Shadow Within comes out, the Corrupting Shadow. Get as close to the edge as possible, and you want this thing to come to you. Now, I use Shadow Step, but just ignore that. You want him to come as close to the edge as possible because he leaves this like pool that gets bigger and bigger as it goes, and you do not want that taking up the entire platform. So right now my positioning is pretty okay with him. I could get him a little bit more if I want, but you'll see that I kind of have him at an angle. Then he's going to cast Seed of Darkness on you. You want to sprint as far away as humanly possible, and this is going to spawn 3 adds, the Darkness Within. You want to slow these using your Nightblade. That will slow them if you took the talent that slows them, which I highly recommend doing. And then you want to just lay into these. Use your March for Death. Use your Gore Howl, whatever that is. Gorma, not Gore Howl, and that will slow them as well because that will actually apply the Nightblade slow to them. And then if they start doing what they're doing right now, where they got distance, you can use Shuriken Toss to get them that final little bit. That actually was handled really well, way better than I've done before, and we still have a few seconds of drums that I can use on the boss. So we already have the boss at 60%, 64%, not bad. This is a DPS check, for sure. So just keep laying into him, keep moving every so often, keep him as close to the edge. You can see that void that's like on the ground, on the platform underneath me. That all could have been on that platform if I didn't do it correctly. So we are saving ourselves a lot of room here. So we got him about to 40%, maybe a little bit less. He's going to use Seed of Darkness yet again. He should do this 3 times. Any more than 3 times, you're dead. So we'll get away as fast as we can. If you're a Worgen, you get that Dark Flight, that second sprint, which is pretty nice. And we are just going to try to slow these as much as humanly possible. And here's the problem. Okay, there it is. I wasn't using my Shadow Step at all. Or my shadow dance, in case you didn't notice. I didn't use it until way too late. It should have been an opener, and I didn't open with it. So there we go. We got those 3 down actually pretty well. Now, if you do have to chase into the shadow, into the corrupting void that's on the ground, I do recommend Cloak of Shadows. It negates all the damage. As you can see, my Cloak of Shadows is on cooldown because I already used it for 5 more seconds, which means I would recommend using it on the first wave if you have to, and the 3rd wave if you have to. That kind of helped me. It kind of alleviated some pressure. So we're going to try to get out of there. Creeping Shadow. Look how much health I had. Did you see that? That was great. I almost lost again and would have been on the wipe reel. But anyways, I didn't die. Will of Valyria saved my life, as well as Crimson Vial. And we're able to kind of get away. Seed of Darkness comes out. This is the 3rd one. You can see how little room is actually left on this platform now. And he has 13, or this thing, Corrupting Shadow, has 13% more. So I'm going to Shadow Dance right here. Because I realized that I didn't do it correctly the last time. There's the Artifact Weapon trait out there, ability. I used my March for Death. Let's get that slow back on him because he's moving. Now this one is moving. So you just want to keep track of which one is slowed. Obviously the one that's closest is going to be the one that you want to focus on. So this is the one that I'm going to need to pop Cloak of Shadows here. But I didn't have to. I had it prepped just in case. I'm pretty sure my finger was sitting on the Q. Now, it actually berserked right now. I don't know if you can tell how fast it's attacking, but the Corrupting Shadow has actually berserked and is laying into me very, very, very hard. I used Evasion here and Cloak of Shadows just to survive, and down he goes. So, yeah, I hit the berserk timer, but I still did it, and that's all that matters. Doesn't matter whether you win by an inch or a mile, winning's winning. So we did kill it, but holy shit! This fight was really tough. This was probably the hardest Mage Tower I've done. Besides the Prop Paladin. So far, hardest Mage Tower. And what sucks is once you're done with Xylem, you get those. You get the Shards of Ice. They're not even nice looking. That wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth... Whatever. Anyways, at least I got it done. And whatnot. I'll show you the rest of the color variations on the video. You can check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching my Subtlety Rogue Mage Tower video fail compilation, whatever you want to call it. Definitely not a guide, I'll tell you that. It's just like my Holy Paladin Mage Tower all over again. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love you, and never give up, never surrender. Goodbye, everybody.